Is the killing of a newborn infant murder? Most people would say yes because that is the end of an innocent human being's life. Yet some people do not consider abortion murder. What is the difference between the life inside or out of a mother's womb? There is no difference between the two because the life inside of a mother's womb is still a life, an innocent life that does not deserve to have another human being decide on whether it lives or dies. The fetus inside a mother's womb has just as much right to life as anybody else, and no one has the right to decide when a precious life given by God should end, except the Creator himself. For many years, abortion has been a top controversial issue confronting society. Although women may desire to terminate their pregnancies for numerous vindications, abortion should be deemed illegal in all instances, even in cases of rape, incest, or mother's health. To begin with, one argument on the pro-life side is the immorality of abortion. There are numerous Bible quotes that inform us of the thoughts on abortion from a religious viewpoint. The Catholic Church has always considered abortion as immoral and one of the 7 deadly sins, murder. This is because they believe that a fetus is indeed a living human being. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I dedicated you. A prophet to the nations, I appointed you. Which is from Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. This Bible quote states that an unborn child in God's eyes is already a person at conception. God has knowledge of the fetus's future and what the unborn child will accomplish. Above all, the unborn child is a person already, even as early as conception. This is because the fetus already has characteristics of a living human being. Visible under a microscope after only 8 weeks are the fetus's unique fingerprints, never to change except in size. The fetus already has distinct characteristics that set the unborn child apart from everybody else. The chromosomes, the genetic codes, and the genes, all that will make a child or an adult, are there, ready to be read and acted on, like blueprints, from the first. This proves there is yet another characteristic that connects that unborn child to other human beings and makes that child unique. Improvements in technology have led to new discoveries about unborn children in the womb. Some of these findings include movement of the fetus and when a fetus can acquire feeling. It moves on its own perhaps as early as the 6th week, well before the mother can feel the movement. Most think that an unborn child does not move until later in the pregnancy, but that is not the case. A baby develops sensitivity to external stimuli and to pain much earlier than we believed. Previously stated, unborn children are people just like everybody else. Aborting them would then be considered murder and therefore illegal. Barry A. Bostrom credits Dr. Jerry Obstrich, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist licensed in North Dakota, stating that unborn child's heartbeat is detectable by about 6 to 8 weeks and that an unborn child is viable from conception, because in vitro fertilization allows an embryonic unborn child to live outside the human uterus for 2 to 6 days after conception. Obstrich is simply stating that an unborn child already have beating hearts shortly after the first month of the pregnancy. Most women do not realize they are pregnant until after the first month. In this case, most pregnancies are terminated after the fetus has a heartbeat. Therefore, they are ending a life. With that in mind, murder is murder at any stage of life, whether that be adulthood or in the womb. Curry quotes pro-life thinker Stephen Schwartz in his book Abortion, stating, "If it is murder at an earlier stage, it is also murder at an earlier stage. Merely being in another place, the womb, and smaller, cannot take away the reality of murder." To elaborate on Schwartz's statement, just because you're ending a life that is in its earliest stage does not sanctify the act of murder. It is hard to accept that an infant's life is any less significant the day before compared to the day after they are born. Aside from the immorality of abortion, terminating a pregnancy comes with negative effects on women, men, and families as well. Most of the negative effects fall on women who had aborted their pregnancies. Compared to women who delivered their babies, women who aborted had nearly 4 times greater death rate and an almost 6 times greater suicide rate, based on the study of Gister and colleagues in 1997. The death rate for women with a history of abortion is not the only statistic that is greater than women who delivered. Up to 30% of women experience clinical levels of anxiety and/or high levels of general stress 1 month past post-abortion. In a recent study, women aborted were 65% more likely to score in the high-risk range for clinical depression compared to women who gave birth. And that is according to abortion's deleterious effects on women's mental health. This startling statistic should be a revelation for some people to rethink their stance on abortion. Abortion is not only killing an innocent life, the effects of it may kill the mother as well or change her life for the worse. Other than the death rate following abortions, there are studies that prove that women with a history of abortion are more likely to engage in substance abuse. Using data from a nationally representative sample, Coleman and colleagues reported in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology that compared to women who had aborted pregnant women with a prior history of abortion were 10 times more likely to use marijuana, 5 times more likely to use various illicit drugs, and twice as likely to use alcohol. Substance abuse can lead to multiple other health issues, and some may be fatal. Abortion's negative effects on women continue with repercussions that can disrupt their day-to-day life. Studies have also further indicated that abortion is related to an increased likelihood of sexual dysfunction, communication problems, and separation or divorce. These factors can lead to additional negative effects such as depression. In conclusion, abortion should never be an option because it is immoral in multiple cases. It is the murder of an innocent life. There is proof that the unborn child inside a woman is indeed a small yet living human being. Terminating a pregnancy is not only taking an innocent life, it also can ruin another. These mental health issues can lead to other serious problems such as those resulting from substance abuse. It also can affect the woman's relationship, family, and future children. Abortion should never be justifiable in any case, not in the case of rape, incest, birth defects, or mother's health. God forged every unborn child by his own image, and every one of those children is loved equally. Every life is beautiful and special, and in no instance is the act of murder justifiable.